Hi guys, welcome back to Eat.Live.Escape. Today we wanted to take you through some of the vitamin C products that have landed on our desk recently and give you our thoughts on each of them. So if you're wondering about what vitamin C actually does for your skin, vitamin C is a really potent antioxidant. It can help to neutralize free radicals. And it has an ability to aid your skin's natural sort of rejuvenation process and to repair damaged skin cells. So it's a really important step in your beauty regime or your skincare regime. Just a little word of warning, like with all kind of skincare products, for some people, vitamin C can have a tendency to bring breakouts to the skin. So there's certainly some products that are probably going to be better for you or worse depending on your skin type. So, it's always great if you can speak to your dermatologist. However, most of the products we're talking about today, that we haven't really had any trouble with them in terms of sort of breakouts or anything like that. Or it could be that it just takes a couple of weeks for your skin to get used to it being a new product. So again, it sort of depends on your skin type, but we'll talk about through each of the products and explain the ones that we think are better for each different type of skin. So the very first product we wanted to talk about was Skinstitut's 100% vitamin C powder. For those of you who might not know much about the Skinstituit brand, it's made in Australia and you'll often find it at, lots of beauty salons. You'll find it at Adore Beauty, those type of places. The thing that we really love about the Skinstituit brand is that you get active ingredients for a really reasonable price. Most of their products sit around the $30 to $35 mark, which means you can get all of your actives, like your A's, your B's, your C's, etc., but not have them sort of costing a fortune. This particular product is quite interesting. It's a powder, it's not a cream. It comes like this. Just take a look. It's kind of like how you would get a loose powder for makeup or foundation. And what you have to do is you need to tap some out into your palm or into your hand and mix it then with another product. So it could be that you mix it with your moisturizer, an oil, a serum. You can just mix it with water and apply that way. So this isn't going to suit everyone. Some people like their product to be just straightforward. They just want to drop out some cream and pop it straight onto your face. So this is going to suit you if you do kind of like this this sort of texture where you can add the amount of product or powder that you want to your moisturizer or to an oil. So that will suit you if you do like that. It's really effective though. So this is one that we will go back to when we're, kind of like, it's sort of one of those ones that's often on our list. We like it. It's 100% vitamin C. It's one that we will go back to sort of time and time again. It's kind of one of those ones you can always just have in your cupboard. And, it's not high price, so you don't feel like you've spent a whole lot of money on something that you might not use all the time. So we really do like this C. And like I said, we've used it kind of a lot in the past. It's probably not the one that we would 100% say this is the absolute best C product on the market, but we still really, really like it. So, highly recommend it. The second product that we want to talk about today is ESK's Reverse C Serum. So ESK stands for Evidence Skincare. If you haven't heard much about ESK, it's a newish product onto the Australian market. It was developed by a doctor who was looking for a type of skincare that was really backed by science. So not fluffy, not sort of focused on, the beauty element as much as really on a science-backed product. We've been using a lot of their products over the last couple of months and we're loving them, particularly their vitamin A serum. They've got a really great vitamin A serum and their peptide primer as well. So their products we might talk about in a later review, but today we're talking about their C serum. Again, this is not dissimilar to the Skinstituit in that it's a really classic product that does kind of exactly what a C is supposed to do, which is why we love it. It's for kind of normal to dry skin, and it really works to help to reverse some of the signs of aging. Obviously, things like wrinkles, fine lines, age spots, etc. You would use this in the morning after you have kind of cleansed. We would go with a C and a C like this, and then you would follow that up with your your moisturizer with an SPF. Just to take a look at the texture, you can see it comes in a really sort of handy pump type bottle, and it's a really great size as well. That's another thing we've really loved about the ESK products. You might pay a little bit more than you would for something like a Skinstituit product, but you've got a really great size product. So they do some good trial packs as well. So you could potentially trial a number of the different products in one of those trial packs. If you're just looking at the texture, I can see it goes on. It's almost like a sort of gel. Definitely more of a gel than it is a cream, so it's more sort of, you know, gel serum type. And then if you just rub it in, it sits really nicely on the skin. It doesn't feel at all greasy or oily, or, you know, some products you put on, you're kind of like, just sort of feels a little bit kind of a bit strange on your skin. This doesn't at all. It feels really lovely, and it just sort of absorbs into the skin. And for us, and we don't know if this is intended or not by ESK, but we actually feel like we get a bit of a moisture hit as well. That's not the case with all C serums or C products. Some C products can feel quite drying. So this is one of the other reasons that we really love the ESK brand. Again, it's really backed by science. You know, Dr. Ginny, who is the founder behind this label, has put a lot of sort of time and effort and hours into developing products that are going to work, which is obviously something that we all want. So you can just see how that's sort of moving into the skin now. Next product we want to talk about was Bache's Radiant C Defense Antioxidant Mist. This is our absolute summer go-to product. So the reason we say that is because it comes in a spray, which is one of the biggest selling points of it for us. We just love the fact that all you need to do is open it up and mist it on your face. It's almost like just a beautiful face mist, and then you're good to go. So we love that. It's also packed with hyaluronic acid, so it's very plumping and moisturizing for the skin as well. And with the C, it's kind of a blend of vitamin C, tomato, pomegranate, and white tea extracts. It also smells beautiful. Again, it's got that kind of a citrusy smell, which really reminds us of summer. So we just like love using this through the warmer months, and it's definitely our go-to C for the warmer months. You can see the spray. It's got a really nice, just a mist. You just see that, it's just like a light mist onto the skin. So it's also one that, and again, not sure if Bache says, you know, you should do this or not, but we love to like keep it in the fridge during summer, sort of in the morning after we're kind of cleansed, just go and get a light spray of that before we put on our SPF and moisturizer. And it's just a really lovely start to the day. The smell, the spray, everything, the texture's great. In terms of how it works, you know, like most Cs, they're trying to protect against kind of, you know, free radicals, and they're really trying to add antioxidants into your skin. So it should protect you kind of on your day-to-day, you know, when you're out and there's pollution and you're kind of out in the city and outside, etc. So yeah, it's one that we will definitely highly recommend. The next product we wanted to talk about was Biosense Squalane and Vitamin C Rose Oil. If there was one word we would use to describe this, it's luxe. And the reason it is you've got the beautiful oil texture, the beautiful scent of the rose, and it's super hydrating and nourishing. If you're wondering what squalane is and what it does, because it's something that we've kind of wondered about for a little while, so we did a little bit of research. You know, it's very moisturizing. It kind of mimics the natural oils that are in your skin to deliver some really beautiful moisture into your skin. And you can also kind of use it on your hair and other places. Not this one in particular, but squalane is really good for hair and skin. That combined with the vitamin C and then the rose oil makes this a real firming, brightening, real lifting kind of product, as well as giving you the hydration and the moisture. It's one we use most of our C products in the morning, like it would always be the next step after our cleansing. However, with this one, you can use it AM and PM, and it can be a really beautiful one to massage into the skin. So if you like to give yourself like a French massage or just, you know, a face massage in the evenings, this is a really beautiful product to do that. It also just smells gorgeous. This range also is comes out of California in the States, and it's you know, this product in particular, like a lot of their products, they're not toxic, they're free of fragrances or unnatural fragrances. They're paraben free, mineral oil free, etc. So we really love it. It's plant-based squalane. So again, it's sort of one that we love using, and we love the thought of using on our skin, if that makes sense. Comes in a really cute little bottle. It's a glass bottle. So just be aware of that, particularly if you travel a lot and want to take it traveling with you. Some people prefer not to travel with glass. It really just depends. It's got a dropper, so it's, you know, you're not going to kind of use any more than you need to. And if you just pop it onto the skin, we just like to use a couple of drops, and then you can massage it around. Obviously, you know, you can't smell this being that we're on YouTube, but it's got a really beautiful rose scent. So it definitely has a more oil feel than some of the other products. So, you know, we were just talking about the ESK, which definitely has a serum feel. You know, the Bache, which has a real kind of mist, water sort of feel. But this product is a classic oil feel onto the skin. Some people love that. We do. We absolutely love oils and skin oils, particularly when they sort of settle in, because they feel really hydrating. So this is one that if you're an oil lover, we would highly, highly recommend. Like I said, the scent of it is just beautiful. It's got a very, very classic rose scent, and it kind of works. You know, all of these products work. We wouldn't sort of be reviewing them if they didn't, and we didn't love them and use them ourselves. But this is definitely one that we kind of think it also looks really beautiful on your cabinet as well. So it's kind of a bit of a luxe product for us. The very, very last product we wanted to talk about, and I don't think any vitamin C sort of wrap up would be right without talking about this one, is Skinceuticals CE Ferulic. This has cult status, cult following. People absolutely love it. Dermatologists swear by it. It is a highly sought after product that is used by beauty professionals all across the world. It also is super, super expensive. It comes in at about just over, or maybe around 200 Australian dollars, which is going to be about 150, 140 US dollars, just depending on how the exchange rate's going, and, you know, 110 or so British pounds. It is not cheap. There is no point in fooling yourself that it's cheap, but it wins all kinds of awards. People absolutely love it. And like I said, it is highly utilized by dermatologists and, you know, beauticians across the world. It's been a really interesting product for us. So I'm actually showing the bottle that we've been using over the last couple of months, just to kind of give you a bit of a history and background. So if you go onto our website, Eat.Live.Escape.com, and you just search for any of our beauty reviews, you will see a written review we did on Skinceuticals quite a few months ago now. And it was written a couple of weeks after we started using it. So we always promised to come back and talk about our experience with it sort of a few months down the track. The reason for that is, you know, in the first couple of weeks, like, it worked, it was really beautiful, and we kind of really loved it. But a test for us is how things sort of, you know, translate a few months down the track after you've been using it for a while, and can you see any sort of notice or change. One thing we would say about this product is, like, loved how it made our skin feel the first few days after using it, or even the first a week or so after using it. Like, it just really refined, felt like it was very refining. It really felt like, I'm not sure how to explain it, but like, we felt like there was a really good improvement in our skin. The challenge though, after probably about a week and a half, was breakouts. So we haven't really experienced any substantial breakouts with the other products. I was saying earlier, you know, with vitamin C, it really can have that ability to break out in some people's skin. So you've got to sort of be careful and get the right product that suits you. CE Ferulic, we were just so excited about using it and heard so much about it. So when the breakouts started, we were so disappointed, because, you know, we could start to see the effects and then had to go through that process of breaking out. And for some people, they're perfectly happy with that. They know that it's going to be a process, and 21 days, 28 days later, your skin will then be back sort of into kind of a beautiful state. But for us, that's really hard, really tough. You know, you still got to front up every day to work or school or whatever you're doing, or just out in public, and to have your skin break out, and knowing that you can stop it by just stopping using a product can be kind of challenging. One thing we also did was trial this on our décolletage as well, so that we could see if it was just on our face, but same thing happened, breakouts again. So however, you know, we've got a number of us here at Eat.Live.Escape. So I actually gave this to one of the other team members who has a different skin type to use, and they had no trouble at all. Absolutely no trouble, absolutely loved it. Probably, you know, really kind of stood up to like everything that we'd read about it. So again, it can just be certain people and certain skin types. So when I was using it, like my skin's actually really normal. You know, if it would trend, if anything, to dry, if anything else, not oily at all. Like it's relatively normal. So I was really shocked that it did break out my skin, because most Cs don't. My other team member who did use it, she has a more oilier skin and didn't have any troubles at all. So who knows? But so we would highly recommend it, because the texture and how it makes your skin feel is beautiful. But just be aware that if you're willing to go through the pains of having some breakouts, if you have a skin that might be susceptible to that, then just, yeah, be aware of that. The only other thing we were also thinking about was, because it is such a high concentrate and quality of the vitamin C, maybe that was what caused that. So another thing might be to do is to use it less frequently. So instead of using it every morning, just use it every second or third morning. And also another thing to try would be to mixing it through with another oil or something, so it's not as high in terms of the potency. Just to take a look at it. So one thing we did notice with this product, so you can see it's quite, I'm not sure if you can see there, but it's quite sort of a deeper amber color at the moment. When it first arrived, it was a lighter, paler sort of straw color, but like most products, even though this is in a dark glass, they do oxidize a little bit as time goes on. If you just take a look, you only really need a couple of precious drops. And I guess that's one other thing we love about it, is you need a couple of drops for all of your skin. So it's going to last for ages. So the actual, you know, cost per wear or cost per use isn't as high as what it first appears, particularly if it's going to work. And I feel like for most people, it's one of those products that you're going to be either an absolute lover of, or if you have some challenges with, you'll never go back to. But there is no denying that it is just a beautiful, really effective product. It would kind of be, apart from the fact that we had a few different experiences, you know, it's one that would kind of top our list. But again, you know, everyone has different skin types, so you just have to really be aware of what you're using. One other thing we saw with this, which was super interesting, at a dermatologist that we visited not long ago, they had a cut apple. So they'd had 2 or 3 cut apples. With one, they'd left it completely blank during the day and hadn't put anything over it. And you know how apples will turn like a brown sort of color. So they had that apple that had left without anything on it. Then they had another half of the cut apple with your Skinceuticals product on it, and through the course of the day you could see that the apple stayed almost perfect. So you can see how protective it is against the elements, or the outside sort of elements onto your skin. They also had a third half of an apple which had been there for 24 hours with the CE Ferulic on it. That obviously was showing a little bit more of the brownness that you would get, but nowhere near the amount that you would have if you'd left it without it. So I think it is a really protective product for your skin. So there you have it. That is our wrap up of some of our fave vitamin C products at the moment. If we were to do just a little spiel on how we would use them, we would always go for your Bache during the warm summer months in the mornings. It's just gorgeous, smells beautiful. So that's one we would always reach for during summer. Your ESK Reverse C Serum, great all-rounder. So all year, really reliable. It's going to work, backed by science, love it. The Skinstituit for when you're not wanting to spend quite so much money on a C product. And again, you'll come back to it. You can use it all the time, but you know it's not going to break the bank, but it's also going to work. Our Biosense for your luxe experience, so the one we'd build into like our Sunday night facial, when we just want a bit of love for our skin and we want it to smell beautiful as well, we would always go for that one. And your CE Ferulic when you feel like splashing out on kind of a cult beauty bright to try, we would go for this one. I hope you've enjoyed that. We will have more beauty reviews, makeup tutorials with Madeline, travel, food, lifestyle coming up, so make sure you subscribe to our channel. So pop across and see us at Eat.Live.Escape.com for everything food, travel, beauty, fashion, wellness, home and lifestyle related, or come and visit us at Instagram. We are at Eat.Live.Escape. Thanks.